Okay, what we've got for you next is a twist on a sazerak. So we started off with some of the all-time classics. And I'm a big believer in, as a bartender, you've got to be able to make great classic cocktails before you progress onto designing signature cocktails or progressive or molecular drinks. So this is a twist on an all-time classic, which is a sazerak, which probably is one of the world's first cocktails, dates back to 1806, but we're going to make it with a bit of a Zeta twist. So here we go. Nice base of cognac in there, a healthy measure, as my granddad used to say. Bit of a contradiction of terms. A double shot to most of us.
For medicinal purposes. Exactly,
of course. But originally a lot of cocktails were for medicinal purposes, made for elixirs. In fact, Archimedes, back in 2000 BC, he's probably the world's first bartender. He used to distill his own spirits and liqueurs. People used to go and see him to get a cure for a common cold or a cough, and he'd just get them drunk, basically. So, yeah, alcohol's been around for a while as a...
God, how did you become such an aficionado of cocktail culture?
Yeah, I'm pretty boring on my days off. I read lots and
drink cups of tea.
Drink cups of tea and study lots, yes. Yeah, it's all about, obviously I've been in the industry now for about 13 years. I worked in America, I worked in London, and it's just picking things up as you go along. Yeah. But also I always like to sort of try and stay ahead of the game. So I'm always researching, and yeah, you never stop learning. So it's an exciting business to be into. So I've got my mix of cognac in there. I've got Peychaud bitters, which is bitters which again originated around the early 1800s in Louisiana. And I've got a bit of sugar in there just to balance it out. I'm going to give this a really good stir. And then what I've been doing...
20 times?
20 times, you're getting it. I'm going to have to get you behind here.
I prefer to be in front of the bar.
Picking this up very well. Okay, so we've got a chilled glass. I'm actually going to rinse that with a tiny bit of absinthe, which I've actually already done. So that's just chilling nicely. And I'm stirring this.
And as they say, absinthe makes the heart
grow fonder, yeah. Fonder. Okay, and again, you can smell it opening up. Cognac is very similar to the American whiskey. You add water to it and it opens up and changes the whole flavour profile. So stirring that nicely. You can see it's frosting, so it's almost ready to go. And the nose has really opened up too.
The absinthe fairy is doing her work.
Okay, so absinthe has been a bit of a downfall for a few people. Leonardo da Vinci apparently cut his ear off after a bit of an absinthe session.
Really?
So got to tread carefully, but we won't do anything too crazy here for you. So we've got a classic sazerak in there. We've got a powder which we dissolve into our flavour, and it creates flavoured bubbles. So what you do is you actually drink through the bubbles. That imparts a flavour on your palate, and then you get the secondary flavour, which is the sazerak, coming right behind it. I'm going to put a little twist of lemon on the top just to give it a nice bit of freshness. Then we're going to finish it off with our absinthe emulsion. Okay, and there we go. We have a sazerak, Zeta style.
Zeta style sazerak with an
okay, so a twisted, bit of a molecular twist on an all-time classic cocktail there.
Absinthe makes the eye wander. Or is it the heart grow fonder?